On the pole, Anderson, Hallinan on the front row with him. Michael Uito, your 2022 Junior Crosscar champion in the blue car, number 30, row 2. Nordstrand on the outside of row 2. Yulalami and Veek on the back row. Veek, the only driver to qualify from anything other than the front row of their semi-final. Revs up one last time for the Junior Cross Cars. These youngsters who I'm sure will be getting their names engraved in that big trophy behind me and Hal here in the commentary box in future. Yulalami with a mega reaction time on the back row, but Uito's got a fantastic start. Moves to the inside of Anderson over the wet gravel, trying to find a way through. Can't quite do it. Hallinan going for the long way round, trying to look to the inside on the exit. Up and over the crest, Anderson leads. P2, Hallinan behind them. Pass is happening, and it's a champion. Uito's gone backwards into P4, so Uito slots into P4.
Uito made it all the way to the front of the field and then all the way down the back again, didn't he? They've just watered the outside line there on the run down into turn 2. Sometimes that can help by binding the soil together, the dirt surface here together. And sometimes it makes it that little bit more slippery. Uito looks to the inside, over the jump. Is he going to make it stick? Oh, a little bit of a nudge there on Nordstrand. Does make it stick, goes for the joker immediately. Great move from him. Yulalami, who came here with a hope of winning the championship, hasn't quite managed to get that done, following the new champion. But out front, it's not Hallinan, as the timing screen says. It is Anderson who is leading the way.
Anderson over that bumpy section from Hallinan. We need to keep an eye on that gap back where we see it. We've got 7 cars showing on the timing, so something's gone horribly wrong. Just look at the pictures, ignore it all. It's fine, me and Hal will guide you through it. Anderson leading from Hallinan, and then we have, he says, I think it's Nordstrand in P3 at the minute.
Yes, it is, yeah.
But Nordstrand is missing one of the numbers off his roof, which always helps. And then the question mark really is how far back. Oh, lovely job getting into the joke lap. In the background, though, I was keen to see whether or not Michael Uito is making any inroads into that gap out front.
So that's Dennis Vick in the joker lap, who's now dropped out of contention because he's been passed by Uito, and I think Yulalami as well. We're watching race leader Anderson chased by Hallinan and Nordstrand, who Uito said he was worried about, didn't he? We've referenced that a few times this weekend. He told Molly in an interview that he was wary of Nordstrand's pace. Hallinan just can't seem to live with Anderson at the moment. Anderson fastest lap of the race so far on a 43.4.
Uito 6 seconds off the back of the car in front of him. Into the joker lap goes Hallinan now. So Uito's only just coming up over the crest, I think, in the background. Or is that Uito on the straight? Hard to tell from this angle. No, it's not. Here comes Uito in the background. So your champion at the minute is sitting P4 and probably won't make it onto the podium here. Be desperate to be on the podium. I thought it was such a good start, Hal, from row 2 to slot out inside the pole man.
Yeah, I don't really know how he's ended up so far behind, to be honest, because his lap times are okay. I wonder if he's made a big mistake somewhere, because Yulalami is also a fair way off the back as well. He's lost a couple of seconds on Uito. Not troubling this man, though, is it? Oh. Yes.
I love it.
Ding,
on the limiter. 5 laps this time, remember. So Anderson is jokering with a lap to go. Nordstrand coming through. Can Nordstrand edge Anderson? I think Anderson's close enough personally already, but Nordstrand comes out from really, really wide. Anderson comes out in front of Hallinan.
Just to cover off Hallinan, that move through the joke lap, Andrew.
It's about whether or not now, I guess, Nordstrand gets out in front of Hallinan or not, because actually looking at Hallinan's only 3.4 off the back of Nordstrand.
Look at the deflection through the suspension, through that really rough bit of circuit down into turn 2. You're right, though, the gap is visibly closer than it was. Let's have a look if you can see when they land over the jump before Nordstrand dives into the joker on this final lap.
Into the joker lap goes Nordstrand, then coming down the straight to take the win. Anderson crosses the line, flicks the car sideways. Hallinan does the same in P2, and your champion Uito does get P3. So Michael Uito on the podium narrowly avoids Hallinan doing donuts at the end of the straight. You know, you can't take the kids out of the cross car, can you? I think they're all down there doing donuts in the sound of things. Look at this. Go on, get it done. Send it. There's literally 5 children doing donuts in crosscars on the start-finish straight. How absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Look at Anderson, it's full stoke, like thumbs up, fist pumping, absolutely love it. There they are, look, they're all doing donuts. The marshal, I'd get out of the way, mate, if I were you. He's looking a bit too casual, strolling across the road there.
Yuito's still going. I wonder if he'll still be doing donuts when we get here again in the future, because
yeah, champion.
I'm so pleased he's on the podium as well. That's not to take anything away from anyone else, but to win the championship, I always feel like you want to be on the podium to celebrate that moment, because it's not quite the same if you're in P4 and just drive back to your
Only been not on the podium, actually, Hal, once this year. So Uito, 3 wins, 2 seconds in Riga, got was 6th at Hollis in the first round, and is P3 here at Strängnäs. So 6 podiums out of 7 events. Very impressive indeed for Michael Uito, champion. This, though, is Anderson, Lucas Anderson. I wonder where he'll finish in the championship standings. I reckon he might. Where was Hallinan? P2? Not sure on the point situation. Yulalami, though, how far? Yulalami was P5. There's not a lot of points between them, and I forget where they were in qualifying. So there is a chance Anderson might have made it into the top 3 of the championship standings. But either way, it's a win. And you know what? That is the most important thing, because it's Anderson's first win in junior crosscar this season. Molly's down there now, just waiting for him to get his lid off. Is it first win ever, Harry, in junior crosscar?
We need to see that big smile on his face. Lucas Anderson,
winner
of the final round here in Strängnäs. Tell us about that final.
It feels so good. I finally got the pace, know the starts and everything. It all came together now.
So how would you sum up the weekend?
Absolutely amazing. Getting the win in the qualifying and also in the semi-final, and now in the final it feels amazing to finally get the win here.
And show us some celebration. Come on.
Yes!
So Molly's going to go and find Uito. Here he is.
Michael Uito, you are the championship winner in the Crosscar Junior category, and that's a big smile on your face. How do you feel?
It feels great.
Yeah, tell us about the weekend.
Car works good, no problem.
And the final, did you have fun?
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There you go. No, a man of few words. I'm sure he'll learn to say a few more when he's a bit older, but it doesn't matter. Nice to see them all out there shaking hands with each other. Brilliant to see the celebrations from them. Lucas Anderson, this year, 3 seconds, 1/3. Last year, though, Anderson, the champion last year, 2 firsts, 3 seconds and 1/3. And I guess how to finish the season with a win is just a bit of a relief. When you know last year you absolutely dominated it, really, you just want to know you still got it, and he has still got it.
Yeah, and in a great place with the JC team. You saw Joel Kristoffersson there congratulating him, the first person to the car, and then came in with a hug once Lucas has got out. Of course, JC running supercars here, supercar lights, crosscar and junior crosscar, and there's a real ladder within that team, isn't there? And you know, you must be able to taste the supercar drive when you're in the awning with them. And I think you learn so much by being in that environment as well. Like you say, Andrew, a lovely way for him to finish the
There's
season.
not a lot they're not running cars in, is there, JC, as well? You know, FC1's in Nitro. I mean, they're doing some Euro, I think, aren't they, as well? They're running backward in Hell. So, yeah, it's there's a bunch of stuff going on for them.
Hallinan was pretty pleased with his result to end the year. Wonder what we will see him do next season. He gets all the more experience, doesn't he? So rough there, down into turn 2. That was Nordstrand bouncing all over the place. And this was a massive lap from Uito, the fastest lap of the race on the final tour to nick that podium position.
Kids doing donuts, a marshal, maybe a photographer wandering across the track with a bit too much trust in kids doing donuts. We saw it was all quite carnage down there, but it was good fun. Lucas Anderson takes his first win of the season. Lauri Hallinan P2, your champion, Michael Uito P3. And we've also got for you final championship standings for junior crosscar. Let's see who gets the top 3. Michael Uito is in P1. Lucas Anderson moves up from P4 prior to this event into P2, and Lauri Hallinan gets 3rd. So it's Uito, Anderson and Hallinan, your podium finishers. Anderson and Hallinan finishing level on points. Just looking at that. I don't know what the countback must be wins and then seconds. That will have gone to seconds because Hallinan had a win at the start of the year and Anderson has just had a win now, so it will have gone to number of seconds, and Anderson had 3 seconds compared to Hallinan's 1. So, cool, that he's just nicked that then, hasn't he? Because without the win, he would have been P3. Great stuff. So, yeah, well done, Lucas Anderson. But Michael Uito, champion, Crosscar Junior 2022.